is getting hotter.
No. Pop Culture Reality Podcast with Nelly and Sia.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pop Culture Reality Podcast. I'm Nelly Samasinyani, hanging with my darling sister.
Hi guys, I'm Sia and I'm excited to be here today.
So, today we are breaking down the Real Housewives of Durban now that we've known the girls better. I think we were on episode 7, right? So, at this point, we kind of understand them better and we kind of understand their intro statements that we analyzed. I think you need to go back a few videos. You will find that we did discuss the title sequence of the Real Housewives of Durban. So now, hey, we are unpacking whether or not the statement is true. Number 1. Number 2, we are unpacking if there are any character flaws or highlights or positive highlights that we've noticed that we didn't notice before. Number 3, we're going to check out the dynamics within the ladies. So there is no particular order. You must just pay attention as we go through each character and discussing different situations where they would interact with each other.
And at this point, we are assuming that you have followed the episodes from episode 1 right up to the last one, which I believe is episode 7.
Yeah.
Where they are now at the
trip.
Drakensberg. Exciting.
Do you want to say it or must I say it?
Say it, girl. Say it.
So C and I are going for a retreat, a spiritual retreat in Drakensberg soon. So I'm so excited, yo. I can't reveal details, but you're gonna love it. But jumping straight to it, the trip is happening at a very spiritual place, Drakensberg Mountain, honey. Let me tell you, people were praying. People were praying.
Can we talk about that? Because I feel like that really sparked my interest and I was super excited to see it happen. You know, the spiritual aspects playing out. That for me stood out for I would say for most of the season, that's what stands out for me. Like the little spiritual connotations and like I saw that.
We even joked around and said it was the real spiritual wives of Durban, right? Because one is super Christian, one is super ancestry, one is super goddessy, goddess Christianity.
The other one is Hindu.
The other one is Hindu, right? They're just like very clear variations. Although we don't quite understand, Mbali is also cultural, even though she hasn't been on the show. So unfortunately, we don't talk about people we don't see. Okay, so back to the people that we actually see, darling. Okay, on the show, I'll very quickly start with Mariah. I call her Mariah.
Yeah.
I know you guys call her Maria. Good for you. Good for you. So, Maria for me has shocked me in both good and bad ways. In her intro, she says that she doesn't want to have to choose in this world full of choices, something like that. And I'm just paraphrasing, right? So, for me, that sort of matches the character that I've seen, but I'm not sure if it's in a good or a bad way. It could be both. Hear me out. Maria has been stirring up the pot. When Maria doesn't like you, she comes for you. And when Maria loves you, she defends you. We see it with Sane. She went all out to make sure that Sane is included. And because she's known Sane from a very woman empowerment time, right? Number 2, Nonku, because she's intimidated by Nonku, right? And number 3, she badmouthed Sarisha when she thought Sarisha didn't like her, right? So I can just sense a bit of a wishy-washy character. She is confused. She said it in her intro. She's indecisive, that one.
Yes, because 1 minute she will convert to Christianity, and the next minute she will definitely be a goddess.
Yeah.
Which I like you said, I see it in a good way because it can either be questionable or good, right?
Yes.
So I see that in a good way as well, that she's not restricted.
Yes.
So I guess every trait has its positive and negatives about it.
I just felt like she really hosted herself pretty well this past 2 episodes, right? And I loved the energy we saw her pull through at the Greek goddess. She's a great host, actually. Maria should host more, and I think the next season she should be the one who does the trip, because I think she can really show the ladies how it's done. Because she's well traveled, she's very international looking, so absolutely amazing. Maria, well done. Now, can we move on from Maria?
Who are we moving on to?
You tell me.
Let's move on to Sorisha. Let's talk about how she's the one that people want to be in good books with. And at the same time, she also uses that to her advantage.
Ish.
She knows that people are seeking her approval. And in a way, she plays at that to punish certain people.
Oh, the Punisher.
She is the she is the punisher.
I think most people who are rich do it without even realizing, right? And at the moment, I'm really, really, on a side note, right? I'm really worried about Sorisha. For me, Sorisha is not looking too good. You can just see her face is quite heavy. It's quite burdened, I think this situation with Vev that she keeps bringing up is really affecting her. I think she really misses her husband, and she's lonely, and it's making her cranky, and she's acting out of character, and she's been extra mean because of that. So I don't want to give her a pass and say that's an excuse, but it makes me sort of understand what she's going through as a woman. We've all had situations where we've grown from one characteristic to another based off of experience. Also, it could be that she's tired of people like Nonku always just looking down at her, and she wants to come out and deal with that, right? But at the same time, the way she's doing it doesn't really favor her, because it seems like she is Annie's little puppy.
Because I think she doesn't express herself. Yeah. And I think she's also frustrated that she can't trust the ladies to express herself, right, with them. So she doesn't want to get close to them. She doesn't want to, because I think what she's feeling is that whatever you say with them is ammunition, especially with what we saw happen between Jojo and Slee. Was that the conversation that Slee had with Jojo's husband, which was, you can hear it's a conversation, right? But that conversation wasn't seen that way, and it was weaponized because Nungu was there. So maybe it's one of those feelings that she has, that I can't trust anybody to be vulnerable with them. So I think maybe that's why she just wants to keep away and not really connect with the ladies, because I think that's the vibe that she's giving. She doesn't really, really care to connect.
No, she doesn't connect, for the mere fact that when the season started, a couple of them mentioned that Sorisha doesn't respond to messages or calls, right? For me, it says a lot about Sorisha, that she's really all about this role that she's playing on Real Housewives. She's not about building relationships with these ladies, and there is proof because they mentioned it in that first episode, right? And I just feel like at this point, this season of her life, generally, she shouldn't be on a show.
Yeah.
I think she needs to heal her energies.
Yes.
She's doing a lot of Reiki and chakra work, but it doesn't help when your heart is aching, allegedly. So fix that and then get to a better point.
Or you realize that your heart is aching, but it's hard for you to say, this is what is being revealed to me.
Yes.
Sometimes what is revealed to you does not match the character that you've portrayed.
I would say I agree with that. You know, in that I've noticed that Sorisha would address her issues and concerns, but with the tone that is misleading. Like when she was speaking to Viv, or is it Viv or Viv? Something like that. Ubab V. I'll just say Bab V for now. So when Sorisha speaks to Bab V and says, my love, I miss you. I need you. The kids need you. She is very casual. So Risha has a very superficial way of expressing her feelings. So when she speaks to her husband about what's hurting her, she doesn't really let her guard down. Even with other women, you'll never see Sorisha with her guard down. This Robocop persona doesn't help her because it shows on her face that she's going through a lot. It feels like her spirit is a little bit oppressed because she's not really expressing in a genuine, heartwarming way.
Because she never wants to rock the boat.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to rock the boat. That's also another thing that I'm realizing. And sometimes the boat needs to be shaken.
Okay, moving on from Sarisha, jumping straight into the friendship between Nonku, Jojo, and Ran. Is it Ran? The friend to the show. Then Sane. Yes. But I'll just stick to the three for now. Hey, BFFs. Wasn't Ruan Maria's best friend?
Ruan was Maria and Jojo's best friend. Oh. And Jojo and Maria were good friends. Oh. So Jojo says, I feel that Maria is really brushing me off and pushing me away, and she's not really my friend at the moment.
Because she wants to be friends with Slee and Sarisha.
So now, when Ruan gets there, and his friend is sitting there, he doesn't feel the welcome of a friend to say, oh, Ruan, we're neutral, we're all neutral, you're my friend, I'm their friend, we're chilling, we're all on a vacation, right? Ruan gets the feels from Maria, because obviously we can't say he cares for Sorisha and Annie, right? Yeah. But the friend is giving an off coldish vibe, and then he's like, okay, you know what, ladies, let me just go chill over there.
Oh yeah, he did pass the
he stood there because they were supposed to say, sit down, the friend, if you're my friend, right?
Yes.
Or if I'm your friend and you're with people, and then I feel that you are ignoring me, or maybe you might be having a particular conversation with those people that I'm not welcome in, then I'll be like, oh, Susie's busy, let me just go chill there. When she's done, she'll come to me or whatever. Yeah. Because clearly I'm not wanted in this setup.
Oh, so they gave the feeling that he's not wanted.
Yes. Oh, okay, who's this? What's this? Type of energy, right?
That's wrong.
Hello. And then now your friend, a person who is the one who would welcome you to sit down, doesn't welcome you to sit down. So why would you sit down?
It makes sense because he just moved to the other part, and when Sanae came, she went to join.
Which I thought was good. It was very good because where would Sane sit if Ruan wasn't there?
Yeah.
So it was very good that it happened that way, but it also shows the close offness that is
Yeah.
in between Jojo and Sorisha. They're very closed off.
They are very closed off. They are.
And it's easy for them to be together because they don't have to go there with each other.
Who and who?
Sorisha and Annie.
Yes, I thought you said Jojo there.
Yeah, I think I may have said Jojo, but I mean Annie and Sorisha.
Let's talk about Annie. Let's talk about Annie because for me, I'm disturbed at this point. There was a time where I'm like, poor Annie. It seems like she's carrying quite a lot from the home front, right? And I felt like, oh wow, life has humbled her. Yeah. Spoke too soon.
You know what I realized about Annie, and I think you've mentioned it before, that she doesn't see other women as valuable as she is. Because, like, in her title statement, she says that only diamonds can cut diamonds. And I love that. I believe that that's true. That's a fact. Then she continues to say, that's why nobody can come for me. Then I said, what do you mean nobody? Are you the only diamond that exists? You're the only one that is able to cut yourself. You.
Hence, you're saying she doesn't see value in other women. She's the most valuable, and everybody must take her opinion and thoughts into consideration because she's the queen of it all.
Yes, because only diamonds can cut diamonds, but nobody can come for her. So she's the only diamond that exists, is what she's telling us.
You are in dreamland. You need to wake up and smell the coffee. Villainifying people like Sane and Nonku and Lakongo, it doesn't help you. It doesn't help your character. We see you for who you are. Check the ratings.
And you don't even see when people do good. You're never anybody who's gonna compliment anybody for doing good.
This is the woman who stopped Jojo from making peace with Slee.
Jojo, you want to start again with Slee. I just want to know, like, is that a real thing?
And said, hell no. We're not making peace today. Not
But
on my watch.
She's friends with Slee. She's friends with Jojo. Why can she be friends with both of them and then they're not supposed to be okay?
Worst part is that Jojo went to her and confided in her that I want to make peace with Slee. And she goes and stops it from happening. And Jojo says,
Why?
Do you not want us to make peace, Anne?
do you not want us to make peace, Annie? That's where Jojo's eyes were opened about Annie.
Yes, right?
This season. Yeah. She stopped
And
seeing
very
Annie as a
quickly-
friend.
Very quickly, she realized.
Annie walking into Jojo's hotel room and saying it stinks of alcohol or Jojo has been drinking. That was so rude.
And I feel like that's one thing, right? The policing of people to assassinate their character. To say, oh, ever since she started being with Nonku, she started drinking so much, she's out of control. So you just want to assume, like, oh, you're drinking now. And what if she is drinking? Like, who died? You ask the question, who died and made you president of the Real Housewives of Durban? That's the question. So what? If Jojo decides to have a drink, and does she have to go on and explain to you what happened with the bottle that you see? What happened? Why are you investigating?
Let me tell you something. In the morning when I go on vacation, a mamusa, honey. If it's not a mamusa, it's champagne. That's me in the morning. Because I drink champagne when I'm on holiday, honey. I'll drink a bottle in the morning when I wake up.
But you know what annoys Jojo also is that I haven't been drinking and I'm not that much of a drinker. And when I decide to drink, I have a drink. So did I ever tell you guys that I can't handle my drinks?
She's never drunk. I've never seen Jojo drunk.
But
Some people even, like for me, like people like Tato from Cape Town would drink and like be drunk and like literally meaning flopping around, falling all over the place, right? But you will never see Jojo do that to herself. Jojo will not do that to herself.
And contrary to popular belief, I haven't seen Nonku do that to herself this season.
Nonku is a focused hand, honey.
This season,
She's flying in a chopper.
This season, Nonku.
She's bringing her boyfriend and she's flying in, and the boyfriend is just there, ukuzom kappa, to just say baby bye. And what does Sorisha want? She wants Viv to come.
Say baby bye. She really wanted to ride with Viv on the chopper. So now, ooh, no.
She probably wanted to ride with Viv and Nonku's boyfriend, but it didn't happen. Ooh.
Hey.
Lots going on, as Miss G, my daughter, would say. Lots going on.
Hey. Can we talk about how like Jojo is growing on me? I love me some Jojo.
Come to think of it, you haven't said one bad thing.
I love Jojo. I love Jojo. I love Jojo's husband. I love that pair.
I love Jojo's husband too. What's his name again?
Kevin.
I love how Kevin is supportive of his wife and making sure that his wife gets everything. The ladies are very jealous of that. I won't say the names.
Can we talk about how they're on Jojo's trip? Jojo's husband calls Jojo and tells Jojo that he's planning on doing a boys trip for the boyfriends and the husbands.
Oh, and you know who's gonna be there? Nonku's man is gonna be there.
We know that.
We know who's not gonna be there? Viv.
Is Kolo gonna be there?
I hope Kolo comes, because Kolo does show up. I like that about him. He does show up for any.
Please, Kolo, come. Please come save your wife, because you can maybe help.
But we know who's not gonna be there? Viv. So, listen, Viv, please surprise us. Okay?
Please be there. We'd love for you to be there.
And so Risha needs to have that fire, that bubbly energy of hers back. We're really tired of you being absent in her life, honestly. She's crying out loud. Just because she doesn't put her heart on her sleeves when she speaks about it doesn't mean it's not harming her.
And please don't be ignorant to that, because she, as much as she doesn't show how much it hurts, she's still expressing, so don't take it lightly.
Why don't you make Sorisha part of your team so that she can do most of her traveling with you and the kids?
But now the kids are in school, and maybe logistically it doesn't work out that way.
Listen, I know it's rich people problems, but at the same time, they need to spend time together. I don't know. Figure it out, guys.
Yeah, so Risha did ask him to take less of the the jobs, the projects, because it's they can rest.
There are some men who are obsessed with wealth or creating wealth, and they think working so hard they are building a legacy for the kids, but what's missing is the understanding that family is about experiencing each other. So money does help, but it's not everything. And that's what Sorisha keeps trying to explain, right? So I just wish her luck on so many levels. Let's move on quickly to Sanay.
Okay.
All right. Sanay has come in as a raging beast who was insulting everyone from left to right. And I think she comes from a background of threatening people online and hitmen. There's stuff on it. Just go on Google or Facebook or something, find out about it. Now, my concern is that Sanay is not done with the shenanigans, because Sanay has not said to everyone, listen, I came in like a raging cock and poked everyone with my beak, right? And I offended you guys trying to be the mother hen, but it didn't happen. In fact, I ended up acting bad because I wanted to be part of the show. I didn't realize I have to build a relationship with you as women to be in the show. My mistake was insulting you guys. I should have respected you guys because I'm coming into your space, right? And I think Annie could have maybe said, okay, I can coexist with her, but not really friends. But now it's like, you gotta go. So I think Sane still has a long way to go in addressing some of the issues in her life as a woman and dealing with other women. But I think this is a good challenge for her to be around strong, powerful women so that she can learn to tame down. I think she's been dominant too much in her own life. She needs to tame down and be humbled. And I think the show can do that for her. And I think it concludes now to Slee. My God, I'm so disappointed.
I'm very disappointed in Slee because
Really? You too?
yes, like she said in her title that she's becoming the woman that she's always wanted to be. And I'm seeing traces in her where she doesn't believe that she doesn't have to become. Actually, she uses those words, I'm becoming, and that's very telling because she needs to be at a place where she understands she is. Ooh. She is the woman that she's always wanted to be. Like, she has to arrive. I like how Cyan Bougie will say "rifitlile." Like, be there. Like, literally be there because like she acts envious of other women. Like, oh, you.
The jealousy on her confessionals is appalling.
Jealousy is crazy.
Is
I didn't
appalling.
like that. Oh, 70 girl. When other girls were working, we were sleeping. What is that?
But she's achieved so much. What are you
that?
saying? Because a typical woman who's listening or watching you is not at a point where they can live in an estate. They're not at a point where they can do certain things because in reality, in South Africa right now, the economy is horrible. So when you speak things like that, you are poking at a bear.
I mean, you can compliment Sorisha, but don't take away from yourself and other women.
I just feel like Sia needs to really evaluate her thinking process because she seems like a strong woman at first, but when you get to know her, she's so insecure. It's disturbing. The jabs that she throws at women that she doesn't like is so petty.
Yes, that's true. And even when they were receiving the welcome, when they were talking to the concierge at the hotel, when they gave her the Sane's card, I didn't like her response. I didn't like how she was saying, it could never be me. I could never be Sane.
Making Sorisha and Annie laugh and then saying bloodshed or something like that.
Bloodbath.
And then Sorisha wanted to cringe and Sorisha said, are you awake or something? What did she ask? Slee?
Yes.
Because she saw a side to Slee that she didn't see before. Like,
yes. Is this you? Yes.
Is this you? What are you saying? You're taking it too far, type of thing.
Yes.
Then she also said something along the lines of Jojo is being pretentious, giving them presents, but she was so willing to accept with happiness Sorisha's perfume. But Jojo is giving them more than a perfume. She's giving them clothes, I think, or something. And then she goes and says what she said about Jojo.
I was so offended. I was very offended. I didn't like that behavior. You know, and then and he's saying, yeah, we took Sane's card and we pushed her far away from us. We don't want her anywhere near us. And it's like, what? I was very
appalled. Oh, it was
disturbing.
Those girls are traumatizing. But nonetheless, thank you so much, Real Housewives of Durban Season 3, for giving us fine entertainment. It's been amazing getting to know you so far. I wonder what other drama you have in store. Entertaining. I hope you guys do not suddenly get so boring around the same storyline. I hope we can see more from you guys.
Yes, and Jojo, please stay.
Jojo, please don't go away. We love you.
Please don't go, baby. Please don't go. And I think I'm saying this to all of the ladies. Like, Zwida, I'm talking to you, baby girl.
Zwida is who? Bali.
Zwida, come back. Like, don't run.
Don't run! Put it back! Put it back!
Hey,
Put it back!
ja, you gon' get it now.
Don't run! Put it back! Hey! Don't run! Put it back!
Zwida, don't run.
Hey! Don't run! Put it
No, Zwida, Bali needs to calm down and stop freaking out, okay? As you are, it doesn't matter that you're not wealthy. We know you're not wealthy, okay? We love you just the way you are. You represent so many other women who want to be on the show but feel like they're not wealthy enough. It's not about wealth. You're beautiful, you're radiant.
It's personality and experience and just being around women. Let's also go back to what it's all about.
Yes.
You know, at the heart of it. Yeah.
The show is not the Rich Housewives of Durban. It says the Real Housewives of Durban. And if you know reality, it says that women are a spectrum.
So be careful to always honor yourself. Like, it's very important to do that.
Be careful to always honor yourself. Guys, we out of here. Thank you so much for joining us right here on Pop Culture Reality Podcast. Remember, YouTube gives you so much more than just the deep dive conversation. There's also a plethora of other features right here on the channel. And please tell everyone about us. Like and subscribe. We love you. We'll see you again some other time. And for now, it's a love you.
Yabona sengisho nje bangakhuluma izinto eziningi bakhuluma izinto eziningi ngami uthi hayi nginani ngenza njani kodwa ukuthunga ukuthunga hayi ngicela bangiyeke phela ukuthunga hayi ngiyakushaya impela awubuke nje lo ngithunge umthungo phela lo